G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing Geelong Freo at GMHBA, and it was Fremantle getting the job done by 7 points. What was a frustrating day at the Cattery for Cats, and definitely, not feeling great after losing to a bottom four side at home. There's lots of points of contention with this one, but yeah, Freo were the better side for longer. Pains me to say that. It was just a game that didn't quite pan out the way we wanted it to. It was just really clunky for a lot of it. We weren't tough enough in the contest. We started off okay with a couple on the board early, but definitely didn't take our chances. And I think the overriding feeling with this game is we had our chances to win, and when we had momentum, we didn't get on the scoreboard. And when it's not much of a margin, it's pretty easy to sort of bite back when the game's pretty close all day. And it was a pretty ordinary game to watch, to be honest. First of all, congratulations for Scotty on 305 games. Unfortunately, his side wasn't desperate enough for the win, which is pretty disappointing. But it's a heroic effort. Nonetheless, to coach that many games with the longevity that he's had. Got it a little bit going in the second term, but the Dockers also lowered their eyes a little bit. They stopped bombing it in long, and then that kind of changed. We had a few moments where we'd moved it well from half back and then had an open forward line, but for the most part of the day, it was just bombing it long and high. We were bombing it down the line a fair bit. We were missing tackles. Decision making was poor. Execution was poor, and we just let them have the outside. They were tougher in the contest. They pressured us every single disposal. We had no time and space. So credit to them. Umpiring is possibly the worst I've ever seen it. I won't get too stuck into that, but I felt definitely at times there was just lay down Mazaire free kicks that Williamson just does never pay. He hates Geelong. He's got a vendetta against him. I don't know what the go is, but umpires weren't why we lost, by the way. I'm just venting. That it never helps. It's always against you when you're not playing well, and sometimes you just need something to go your way, and it just felt like they picked out every possible combination, and that went in Fremantle's advantage, and the free kick count reflects that. They were first to the ball more, but they got the best go at it I've ever seen. So anyway, umpiring, I don't want to be talking about that because it's more the way we played and our inability to have an answer again. We had Tom Stewart going in the centre again, which a bit of indictment on the midfield there. Atkins tries his heart out, but then he just has no one else helping him. Don't know what Dangerfield was doing. If he wasn't right to play, why play him? He was very disappointing when we needed someone to stand up, and he just didn't fire a shot really all day. It was just such a frustrating game where Freo had it on their terms. We couldn't really get it on our terms. We couldn't move the ball properly. It's more an indictment on the Dockers too. They've been a basket case for 6 weeks, and then they decide to play their best game ever against us. It always feels like it's the walls cave in at the worst possible time. But Fremantle and GWS somehow the only teams that can, and Sydney as well, the only teams that can win in Geelong. Don't know how anyone else hasn't figured it out, but Adelaide haven't won there in 20 years, and there's other teams that just can't win there. I don't know how these teams find a way to win, but just so frustrating. And we got up 10 points in the last quarter, hit the first two of the last, looking really good, and then we let Freo, they were good in the air. We didn't quite go with them. They were able to find space, and ultimately a lot of the chances we've sort of we've gone begging. I'll talk about Cameron soon, but pretty disappointing when your season's on the line, and you just have to find a way to win, and we weren't good enough. And the Dockers again somehow play their best game of their career and of all time, and it always seems to be against us. So yeah, don't know what they were doing for the other 6 weeks, and now they decide to play when the season's already over. All right, so that's how the game panned out. We weren't good enough, kept making mistakes. And yeah, I mean, when you can't win it out of the middle, when you can't win it around the ground, if you're not getting first use of it, you're spending a lot of time defending. I think the defenders did okay with the supply that they had to contend with, but yeah. Anyway, Dockers had more of the ball, plus 36. Inside 50s were relatively even. Disposal efficiency was similar. Yeah, both sides couldn't really get too much going on the scoreboard. It definitely was a long game. The free kicks, well, we talked about that. 20-11. Surprised we got 11, to be honest. Felt like we got 5 at the actual game. But yeah, the crowd was going absolutely berserk. So was I, as you can tell by my voice. Got a lot of hit-outs with minus 10 advantage in the clearances, so that was great. And minus 10 in contested ball. Again, yeah, this is where we need a lift for sure. Freo got a bit more on the outside. Turnovers, just so many mistakes. And one thing that frustrated me so much, balls kicked long and high inside our 50, and just no one goes up for it or even tries to bring it to ground. And then Pearce and Ryan just look like Matthew Scarlett and Stephen Silvani. It's so frustrating. I just can't fathom how a ball can be in the air for 10 seconds and people just go, oh, yeah, that's all right. Someone will get that. And yeah, like that kills you. You have to bring it to ground. You cannot concede intercept marks like that, especially when the ball's up that high and then for that long. Happened all day. It was very much like the 2013 qualifying finals. Just very, grind your gears sort of stuff. Won the contested mark battle. Yeah, Freo too good there, and that's frustrating too. We're up for most of the game too, and just not good enough to hang on. And then tackle wise, we out-tackled. We out-tackled them by 1. But that's not really great display. Lots of tackles inside 50. I was like, when I heard the stat initially, I'm like, oh, gee, Dockers are pressuring us a lot. Well, no, we're pressuring a lot because there's a lot of numbers inside of their 50 and there's not many numbers inside the Dockers 50, so they don't really have to tackle or do anything because it's an open forward line. Bounces, we took the game on a little bit, but we're very tentative with the ball. We didn't really take the game on. We were, just ultra tentative and, afraid to take the game on. Dockers would have guarded the corridor. They know that we would have tried to take it through there, but I don't know how we can't defend that, but other teams somehow can. The votes, I haven't thought about them, to be honest. This is going to be, me doing it live, and really, I've only got one player in mind at the moment. So, I'm going to have to, figure something out here. I'll go... this is never good if you have to do it live. Still don't know who I've got in mind here. I probably should have done a little bit of prep, but that's pretty stark when you're not really sure. There's 2 players that I can think of. I really can't think of a standout, and I don't want to give it to Stewart just because he's got the most there, because he turned the ball over a lot and he made a lot of mistakes. So I'll go Zach Guthrie. You can get 3 votes today. 20 touches, 8 marks, 4 tackles. I thought, he tried super hard. He was really good. Had a crack. And 2 votes. I'll go Tam Bruin. He had the 23. Actually, where is my man? I might go Tommy Atkins. So 2 votes. I'll go Tommy Atkins. He was the only guy really having a red hot crack in the middle. 22, 5 tackles, 7 clearances. So he was clearly our best in terms of the middle there. So I'll give Atkins the 3. Guthrie can get 2. And then the 1 vote, I'll go with Cole Jasny. Might be his first vote ever. And he had 7 touches. But he had 7 touches, 3 marks, and 4 tackles. Not a lot of media exchange, but I thought, his defensive efforts were really good, and that's pretty poor. I'll have to go all the way down to 3rd bottom on the list to give another vote out. Yeah, Stewart, solid, but yeah, I was just very disappointed with his ball use at times, and just crucial mistakes at crucial times. Again, clearly having a red hot crack there. Yeah, I was just disappointed with some of the stuff he did. Duncan was pretty solid. Yeah, 27, 8 marks, but he turned the ball over a lot. Cameron was frustrating. Could have won the game. Had the game in his hands, really, at various times in the across the match. But, yeah, 1 goal, 5. Like, what are you going to do with that? Holmes kicked a goal, had 14. Again, solid, goes in and out of the game. De Koning somehow got 17 touches, 9 marks. Not too bad down back. Tui had 18 and a couple of clearances. Again, he was all right. He battled hard. Stanley, a lot of hit-outs, nothing really done with it. Jackson torched him. Close, kicked a goal, had the 15. Relatively quiet, didn't really get the same impact that he normally would. Tanner Bruin was handy throughout the game. He had the 23 touches. He had a few tackles in there as well. 3 clearances. Isaac Smith kicked a nice goal, had 19. And he was okay. Stengel, he ended up with a goal, had 16. Bit of the ball, but he was under a lot of pressure. Henry ended up with 2 goals, 6 touches. Relatively quiet. Hit the scoreboard with his 2s as he does. Myers very quiet on his lofty standards, just didn't really get much of a look there, and had the 12 touches, the 4 marks there. Didn't get enough to the outside. I think it's one of Dangerfield's worst games of his career. He somehow ended up with 3 goal assists, which, somewhat helpful, I guess, but he was, well held. I don't know if he was injured or not. If he's injured, why play him? Use your head, think. Blitzarves did a hamstring. He had the 5 touches, didn't really get involved too much. A couple of clearances in there. Henry had 11, 3 marks. He was okay, but didn't really, no one really shot the lights out. I like Browen's contribution. He had the 13, had a fair bit of the ball, and he was giving us some good run and dash all over the ground. O'Connor was quiet with 8. Didn't get too much of it. A couple of tackles in there. I mentioned Cole Jasny. Hawkins kicked 2, 5 touches. Yeah, very quiet again. Pearce, gave him one of the biggest baths you'll ever see. And then Bose, very quiet as well. So I don't know how you can have so many players off and lose by 7 points. It's I don't know if it's a positive or not, but there's lots of improvement. But it's probably season over, really. It'd take absolutely everything going right, and when you're losing the bottom 4 sides at home, then why bother? We'll look at next week. We've got Port Adelaide at home on Channel 7. There you go. So we've got Port Adelaide at GMHBA. I'm not sure if it's inconsequential or not. But, we'll probably want to win the next 4 to give ourselves a chance, I think. We'd probably need to win, 3 of those 4, and we're not going to beat Collingwood. So, it has to be near perfect from here. But, it might very well be inconsequential from here on in. I'm incredibly disappointed with how we went about it, and maybe it's not a complete shock, and the signs have been there, and this has kind of been us for a lot of the year, and it's been it just hasn't quite synced together for us as we would have liked. I hate losing at home more than anything. I hate losing at home to bottom 4 sides and sides that decide to finally start giving a yelp when their season's already done and dusted. But look, we've got ourselves to blame. We had our chances. We didn't make them pay. And, the Dockers had good control of the game for a lot of it. And we weren't good enough. So, pretty disappointing. We'll just have to watch the 2022 Grand Final for a few years now and get amongst that. But, pretty pathetic output, to be honest. But, oh well. That's it. Hope you enjoy, guys. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.